Okay, hey guys, I'm back with math 16-2. This is telling time before and after the hour. So I'm going to be very honest with you here. This is the trickiest lesson, this whole topic. As a matter of fact, Zoe had this on her homework this week. I think she did some of this week and last week. It's rough, guys. She still has a third grader is having trouble with this. So it's one lesson. Get through it. It'll be fine. So I took the liberty while my last Zoom video was converting so I could put it on our YouTube page to make some notes on this. So feel free to copy this stuff down. So telling time before and after the hour, we use some fancy terms when we do this, and you probably have heard adults say this a lot. Have you ever heard an adult, mom, dad, grandma, grandpa, me, someone say quarter past or quarter after? So remember, we talked about in school this year how a clock is split into 4 quarters, just like we have a football game is 4 quarters, and 4 quarters make $1. There's a lot of quad runner as a 4-wheeler, it has 4 wheels. So qua is a Latin word, right? That QUA, so it means 4. So if we take this clock and break it in, see how they have the different shaded colors here. There's 4 different sections or quadrants. Again, 4, okay? Quadrants, 4 sections that make up this circle clock. So, and if I count by 5s like we did in our last lesson, I see that 5, 10, 15. So the 3 means 15. So I'm just gonna put a 15 over here. You guys don't have to do that. And then look at, on this one, 5, 10, 15. Another section of 15. I'm gonna write that down. Over here, 5, 10, 15. Another section of 15. And on this one, 5, 10, 15. Another section of 15. So we have 4 sections of 15. And I know that 15 and 15 make 30. So this 15 and 15 also make 30. And 30 and 30 makes 60. So to get our 60 minutes for our clock. So that's how we break down the clock into 4 sections evenly of 15 minutes. So when you hear someone say quarter past or quarter after, I usually say quarter after, but the math lesson is telling you quarter past. I don't care how you use it. Either way is fine with me. It means the same thing. So quarter past or quarter after means it's 15 minutes after the hour. So look at right here. I said 1:15. So that's 15 minutes after 1, right? 15 minutes after 1. Which is quarter past 1 or quarter after 1. So that's just a fancier way of saying 1:15. Doesn't it sound fancy, like you should have your pinky extended in a little teacup? Okay, quarter past. It's quarter past 1 at 1:15. What time do you get out of school? Oh, quarter after 3. See? So 3:15. Just fancier, okay? So now if we look at here, if I have my 15 and my 15, I'm at 30 minutes, right? 15 and 15 make 30. I'm halfway through my hour, so it's half past the hour if it's 30 minutes into the hour. So look at many ways to say it. 2:30, 30 minutes after 2, or half past 2. It's half past 2. Let's have a bathroom break. Okay, half past 2. 2:30, 30 minutes after 2, half past 2. Then if we do this one, the 45, 15, 30, 45, 3:15s. At 45, we say quarter to, because now it's almost the next hour. So on this clock, I wrote 3:45, which is 45 minutes after 3. But now since we're super close to the next hour, we say it's 15 minutes before 4 or quarter to 4. It's quarter to 4. Quarter to 4. So that means 15 more minutes, it will be 4 o'clock. 3:45, 15 minutes before 4, quarter to 4. They all mean the same thing. And then I just threw this random one in because they're going to do this now. They want you to do quarter past, half past, quarter to, but let's throw in some more too, right? Let's do it. All right, so this one, at 1:50, I can say it's 50 minutes after 1, because it's 50 minutes after 1. It's been 50 minutes. Or I can say it's 10 minutes before 2. Now, that might be confusing to you, but always think back, how many minutes are on a clock? Let me get my clock. 60. Do you see that? Let me get it right here. 60 minutes. There are 60 minutes in an hour. So if I add 50 and 10, I get 60. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Whew, okay, crisis averted. So 50 and 10 make 60, which is an hour. So I can say 10 minutes before 2. So if you get one like this, you have to add up to 60, just like these two. These two also add to 60. 45 and 15 make 60. All right. That might be confusing. Like I said, I apologize. This will be the worst lesson of the chapter. I promise you. After this, all the lessons are super fun. Okay. So let me get a fresh sheet. But like I would, if I were you, pause this when you do your homework, and you can use all my notes. Win-win, right? Look at Miss Montini did all the work. You use it. You use it. Use this. Maybe keep it for your test too. I don't know. I think there'll probably be some of those on your test. All right. So on this one, at the top pretty much tells you what I just told you on the front. Okay. Look at the times. How many minutes after the hour is each time? This one is 15 minutes after 1 or quarter past 1, like my notes on the front. 30 minutes after 1, which is half past 1, just like I said on the front. And this one said it's 50 minutes after 1. So you can also use your counting by 5s, and we get to the 50, and we can say it's 50 minutes after 1, or it's 10 minutes to 2. Remember, 60 minutes makes the hour. You can say it before, 30 minutes before 4 at 3:30. It's either 30 minutes after 3 or it's 30 minutes before 4. They both mean the same thing, okay? And then also 15 minutes before 4 is quarter to 4, like I said on the front, okay? So big words for today's lesson: quarter past, half past, quarter to. So like I said, use my notes in the front. All right, so let's look at these. Complete both clocks to show the same time, then circle another way to show, circle another way to say the time. So right here, I see that my hour is right after the 2, and it's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. That's the easy part. So it's 2:30. Oh, that's what they have too. Yes. So what's a fancy way to say 2:30? Well, we already see what their answer is, but let's talk about it. Half past 2, so that means it's 30 minutes after 2. It's halfway through the hour of 2 o'clock. It's half past 2. That hour hand is halfway between the 2 and 3, so it's half past 2. Or 30 minutes before 2. Well, we are on the 30, but it's not 30 minutes before 2 because our hour is already 2. So it's 30 minutes before 3, right? Because after 2 comes 3. So that's why half past 2 is the right answer. All right, number 2. Let's look at the time. Oh, but we don't even have to find the time. They did it for us, okay? So 6:45, 6:45. So would that be quarter to 7 or quarter past 6? Well, I know from looking at my notes, my cheat sheet Mrs. Montini made me, that quarter past means 15. And I'm not at 15, I'm at 45. So 45 told me that it was quarter to. So it's quarter to 7, and after 6 comes 7, so that makes sense. All right, this one I do have to find the time on. So my hour hand is right here. It's just past the 9, and then I go 5, 10. Oh, that was easy. So it's 9:10. So is 9:10 10 minutes after 9, or is it 10 minutes before 9? Well, if I'm looking at this clock again, it says it's 9:10. So it is 9. So it has to be 10 minutes after 9. It can't be 10 minutes before 9, because if it was 10 minutes before 9, it'd be 8, because it's before 9. What comes before 9? 8. So it's 10 minutes after 9. Write 2 ways to say 5:30. Well, let's look at our cheat sheet. If I say, here's 30, oh, half past 2. So I'm just going to change my number because it says 5. So one way is half past 5. And then the other way, let's look back at my cheat sheet, 30 minutes after 2. So I would say it's 30 minutes after 5. 30 minutes after 5. So there's our 2 ways to say it. Fancy. So much fancier than 5:30. Oh, half past 5. All right. So these. Complete both clocks to show the same time, then write the time before or after the hour. I see a lot of clocks filled in. Not a lot of work there for us. They didn't give us much to practice. They must think you're already pros. All right, so 4:45. 4:45 also here because the minute hand's on the 9 and the hour hand's almost to 5. So it's 4:45, so it's 15 minutes before. They gave you the hard part, 15 minutes before. So you have to tell the hour. It already gave us the minutes. Well, if the hour's 4, what comes after 4? 5. So it's 15 minutes before 5. On this one, the hour hand is right after the 12, and it's on the 3, the minute hand, 5, 10, 15. So it's 12:15. So it's quarter past. Look at 15 is quarter past. It's quarter past what hour? 12. Quarter past 12. If we were at school, what would we be doing at quarter past 12 on a Friday? Because I'm filming it on Friday right now. It's Friday. We'd be going to gym class with Mr. Weige, right? You guys miss Mr. Weigel in gym class? I miss walking you down to gym class and having a break from you. That's funny. All right, number 6. Oh, this one we have to actually do a little more work. So let's look. Hour hand is, oh, it's about halfway between the 7 and 8. It's getting close to the half hour. 7, and our minute hand is on the 4, 5, 10, 15, 20. It's 7:20. So the fancy way to say it, it's 20 minutes after 7. 20 minutes after 7. Look at the clock to solve what time will it be in 30 minutes. So you have to tell the time and then predict what time it'll be in 30 minutes. You actually don't even have to tell the time right now. Just move your move your minute hand a half an hour. So a half an hour is 30 minutes. Remember, half of 60, 30. So I'm going to move my minute hand. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Oh, so my minute hand is going to be pointed at the 3. So it's not going to be there anymore. But what's going to happen to my hour hand then? Does my hour hand stay at 4 right now? It's 4. It was 4:45. If my minute hand has moved halfway around the clock, that means my hour hand has moved too. So here, I'm actually going to set up my clock. Let me get it there quickly for us. So here's the time they give us here. Oh, my minute hand is loose. It's 4:45. And watch my minute hand as it moves 30 minutes. 5, 10. Actually, watch my hour hand. 5, 10, 15. Oh, now the hour moved to 5. So I'm at 20, 25, 30. Yeah, my loose minute hand. So what happened to the hour? It went from here to here. So now it's 5:15. It's the next hour. So the time will be 5:15 in half an hour. Those are kind of tricky, but you'll get it. I have faith in you. I have faith in you that you're going to get this. All right. Miguel is meeting a friend at 4:30. Draw the clock hands to show the time. Write the time. So 4:30, I'm going to write the time first. I know the hour is 4, so I'm going to write that. And at 4:30, I know from my cheat sheet, 4:30 means the minute hand's going to be on the 6, and that also means 30. So it's 4:30, and I just said that my minute hand will be on the 6. I'm going to draw my minute hand. That's a long one. So and at 4:30 is my hour hand, my shorthand, going to be right on the 4 at 4:30? I hope you said no, because the only time the hour hand is right at the 4 is right at the beginning of the hour. After that, it slowly starts creeping towards the 5. So at 4:30, since I'm halfway through the hour, my hour hand should be halfway between the 4 and the 5. So my small hand, make sure it looks smaller. And then I look at I'm about halfway between the 4 and the 5. So 4:30. James arrives home at 6 o'clock. 15 minutes later, he begins his homework. At what time does James begin his homework? So we have to figure out what clock means 6:15, because 15 minutes after 6, when he arrives home, it would be 6:15. So which clock shows 6:15? A. Nope, A just shows 6. That's not right. 6:15. Let's see. Well, the hour hand is between the 6 and the 7, and then minute hand 5, 10, 15. Yep, B is right. 6:15. And if I look at the rest, this one's 6:30 because the minute hand's on the 6. This one's 6:45 or 6:45 because it's on the 9. So you guys can go ahead and do the journal if you want. Draw a clock showing 7:45. So your minute hand's going to be on the 9 if you're drawing your clock, and the hour hand is going to be almost to the 8, isn't it? Because it's 7:45, so it's almost 8 o'clock. Write something you might do at 7:45 a.m. and then 7:45 p.m. Well, at 7:45 a.m. nowadays, I know I'm sleeping, but if we were in school, I would be probably waiting for you in my classroom because you would be coming down the hall, or maybe I'm going to the bathroom, or you know, in the office getting my mail or something at 7:45 a.m. But I'm always at school at 7:45 a.m. on a Monday through Friday, if we're not in quarantine. And then at night, 7:45, usually, well, I could be watching Wheel of Fortune because Wheel of Fortune's on at 7:45. Maybe some of us are finishing up dinner because, like, sometimes you might eat late, like, especially nowadays. I know my family's eating a lot earlier because we're all home. My kids don't have, like, Noah, if we were in school, would have track. Zoe has gymnastics 3 days a week, so she might, you know, be late coming home from gymnastics, so we eat a late dinner. It just depends on what our schedule is. But nowadays at 7:45, usually I'm done with dinner and I'm maybe reading. I might be looking at homework. I might be correcting papers. Maybe I'm going for an after dinner walk outside or a bike ride. So it just depends on what you will be doing at 7:45 at night. Okay. Oh, I just remembered I need to have a code word. Let's do for our code word. How about fancy? Because when we say things like 1/4 and 1/4, it sounds fancy. All right, so make sure you write fancy down for an extra credit point, and I will catch you guys later. Bye, guys. Have fun with this lesson.